Hey traders, Richard here from Ninjacators, and in this video I want to show you one of my absolute favorite tools to use when I trade on a daily basis. Helps me a lot with my trading decisions, and I also use this tool in combination with a strategy. Now it's called the volume delta histogram. Basically what it does, it creates these green candles to the upside, or should say histogram bars, and red bars to the downside. Now when a green bar prints at the close of a candle, it shows you that during that formation of that candle that there were more buyers active during that formation. Alternatively, or sorry, an opposite side of things, if you get these red bars to the downside or histograms, it shows you that there were more sellers in control. So it shows you the net up or down volume for any particular candle. Now you can set this to any time frame that you want. I like using a 5-minute, and also in the strategy use a 1-minute time frame as well. But what's really very evident to see here is that during the overnight session, and this is Eastern Standard Time, around about your 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. mark when the stock market opens, so this is just on the ES, you generally start seeing a huge influx of volume appearing. Now also, judging by the sizes of these histograms, it just shows you if there's way more sellers than buyers or more buyers than sellers, the opposite side of things. So it all kind of tells you a story. I also like, rather than just looking at one particular histogram, I like to see how the histogram's been behaving until price, for example, reaches a high or gets into a low. Obviously you won't know if it's in a high or low, but quite often what you'll see is very similar to momentum divergence. For those that are familiar with that term, is, let's say, price moves in one direction and then it starts moving downwards, right? But like what you can see here down on the histogram, you can see that there was a lot more buyers, a little bit sellers stepping in, but as price moves into a high, you see that the buyers are getting less and less and less, and all of a sudden you have a huge influx of sellers stepping in there, right? So that's typically a telltale sign that you might be getting a reversal to the downside. So it's very, very easy to read. Again, gives you that glimpse into that candle as to where the buyers or sellers were in control. Now, if you were to incorporate this into a strategy, like I like doing, I prefer trading a very specific strategy between the 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. time frame. Well, not time frame, time window, should I say. So a 2-hour time window. And generally what we see during the that time window on the ES and the NASDAQ and on crude oil as well, as you typically get reversals during that time frame. Now you can, for example, see, and this is a very recent trade that took place, that price moved into that time frame. We can see that volume on the buy side was deteriorating, again shown by these histograms on the buy side of things. And then as price started to make its way lower, we start seeing a huge influx of sellers coming in, confirming that we might be getting a reversal. All right, now you can incorporate this into a strategy. There's various ways that I do it. Before I finish off this video, just to give you a quick glimpse of what it is I look at. I like looking at a smaller time frame as well, but for the explanation purposes on this video, I like to see price, for example, make a lower high, and then break the first lower highs, low, which confirms price structure or change in price structure. Or we could also look at where previous price structure was. So as you probably know, during an uptrend, you'll see price make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and during downtrends, low lows, low highs. So that's what I mean by price structure. Basically, price breaks price structure, confirming or additional confirmation that a reversal is potentially taking place. And then very easy to see, we have that confirmation here from the sell side volume on the volume delta, showing that way more sellers are getting into this market, which gives you that extra confidence that you might want to take a short here. Now I like also using fair value gaps. As price breaks one of these price structures, we have a beautiful fair value gap, for example, right over there. It's basically a 3 candlestick formation. I know a lot of you probably already familiar with that, but on the bullish version, you'll have 3 candles where the first candle makes a move lower. Obviously, to see that there. Then on your second candle, you'll generally have a very wide, long-ranging candle, and then you have a third candle. And what happens with a fair value gap is that there's actually a gap that forms, in this case, price moving to the downside, a gap that forms between the low of the first candle and the high of the third candle, again created by the second candle here. And that's typically the area where we have our trade entry location. So quite often with fair value gaps, you'll see price create fair value gap, and then price will retest it, and that makes a great area to then place a short and then trade it to the downside. You can see on this day that was actually the high of the day before one heck of a move down to the downside. Again, all confirmed again by the volume delta side of things, showing that way more sellers were getting into this market, and also knowing that these reversals typically occur during that time window is what makes a really, really good strategy. Right, and that's pretty much it. Very nice indicator or tool to use. I use it on a daily basis. If you're interested in this tool and when you get your hands on it, then consider joining our Ninjacators Fast Track program. There will be a link down in the description, and I can also teach you some of these strategies that I use in combination with these indicators and other ones that we use at Ninjacators, and how you can all combine this to make a really, really powerful strategy. All right, thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and happy trading. Goodbye.